This is a live look at the Swamp, Ben Hill Griffin Stadium in Gainesville. EA Sports college football coverage continues on this Saturday with a mid-afternoon clash. It ought to be a sensational game. It's the South Carolina Gamecocks and the Florida Gators. Reese Davis, David Pollock, Jesse Palmer with you here in the booth, and Holly Rowe keeping an eye on all of the storylines down the sidelines. Holly?
Checking in with the Gamecocks head coach before the game. This team has continued to shine, and he said his message to them in the locker room before the game was, this is our opportunity. They were not ranked to start the season and have continued to play their way into the conversation, but every week gets a little harder. He wants intensity and focus right out of the gate to prove to the world we belong, and we're going to keep making noise this season. Guys?
Thank you, Holly.
Fucking
Really
1-4.
forward to this matchup.
Nice.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Going to run it. It's Clark. Gain of 8 yards on the play. He's too short of the first down.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and short. Trying to impose their will with the run. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
I'll tell you what, you want to quiet this crowd down. You want to do something demoralizing to your opponent. Establish the run game early on offense.
They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. Here's Sellers to throw. That's reeled in. It's Bennett. Turning it on. Across midfield and out of bounds at the 49. A big pickup there.
And when you run these drag routes, it's super important that your quarterback can really use his eyes. Don't lock in.
Hey, put your arms up, 97. He threw it right by your shoulder.
Does a good job, drops back, sees it, and the most important part, puts the ball out in front so he can catch it, get upfield, and make some extra yards after the catch.
Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Finds the tight end. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
Well, this tight
Crazy
end,
how when you're in cover 2, they just never jump the shit.
He's very difficult to cover one-on-one. Defense is going to have their hands full with him today.
This feels like 4-down territory, 3rd and short from the 40. Quarterback keeps it. Across the 25. Touchdown, South Carolina! He found some open space and turned on the Jets.
And And you knew his legs were a weapon, and he shows it to you right there, running it into the end zone. And this offense, man, they are a good offense, and they are in a good rhythm early in this football game. We talked about the quarterback. We talked about his speed. He can make these type of plays, and on the first drive, Palmer, the defense didn't have the answers. They better find some.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to find them, too, just because of that athleticism and just how he can attack defenses with his arm, with his feet, the different playmakers surrounding him as well. There's a lot to get prepared for in a week when you're playing against this offense, and I just think they saw everything there on that opening drive. They're going to have to do some soul-searching on the sidelines early.
Running inside, it's Pryor.
Really
Wrong fucking button, man.
Is on the RPO.
Suck.
The defensive line can reset the line of scrimmage like that, get off blocks, and make plays.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Send the tight end in motion. Off play action. It's complete to the right. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
Quarterbacks love the short passing game early in games because it really helps them get into a rhythm. So a nice job by the offensive coordinator giving his quarterback an easy throw, something he can see, and something that he knows he can complete.
3rd and 6 yards to go. Jones wants to throw it. Now moving to his right, looking for anyone that's open.
Throw the fucking ball, you sorry bitch.
Got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. The Gators will bring the punt team onto the field.
Sorriest team on this bitch.
First boot of the day is on its way. He was called on 3 times in that loss last week. Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line.
This can't be fucking nobody this year, man.
The Gamecocks offense heads out to see what they can put together here. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Oh, and that's just
ridiculous.
like a penalty. They get in the backfield and knock him down for a loss of 5.
That back
Players
had
like,
nowhere
sorry.
to go. Defensive line ate
Nah,
up the
brother.
blocks. How about the linebacker swarming in, coming in and making a great play on the ball carrier?
The Gamecocks with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Throwing Sellers.
Give me that! I fucking played it perfect!
Lineman's dream, but he couldn't hang on. It'll be 3rd down.
And I think on that last play, that's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball. Man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the field. Still, he gave him a chance, but that thing had incompletion written all over
that's
it
nuts.
from the moment the ball left his hand.
The noise is deafening, trying to make sure only the Gators get out of the swamp on 3rd down. Now here's Sellers. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stopped him for no gain. So he was forced and
That
just
shit sweet. Ain't shit sweet.
And they were able to stop him short of the 1st down.
And when you're a defense and you get 3rd and long and you know exactly where those sticks are, you set your feet at them, they throw it underneath, I go rally, make the tackle. Perfect 3rd down and long execution by this defense.
He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They went 3 and out on their first possession now to see if they can be more productive this time around. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. The Gators will hustle to the line.
And as the game goes on, you're going to see this offense continue to use the RPO. That look was conducive to handing it off. The defense now is going to start putting more guys in the box to slow this running back down, and that's when the quarterback's going to have an opportunity to keep the football and make plays throwing.
Early in the game, I love getting my quarterback in a rhythm. Easy pitch and catch. You've thrown him 4,000 times. Not big shots, but just put you in nice positions on the next downs coming up.
Wants to adjust the pattern. Now on the option. Now the pitch. And they just didn't get anybody on that defense out of position, and they will lose yardage on that one.
And that just looked off. The timing, the rhythm, I don't know what it was, but usually that option, man, it's so precise, right? Like really quickly making a read, and you could tell they weren't on the same page. It went absolutely nowhere. Defense won that rep.
Makes the grab. Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the first down at the 36. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
Gets rid of it. And that's not the way they drew it up. It's incomplete.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. He'll pull it down. Might have gone into that slide a little early, and he'll be short of the first down.
Hey, I like this by the offense. Nice job of not forcing it, having to throw the football. Now you make it third and manageable and put your offense in a better position to succeed. That's a nice second down play.
3rd and short from the 26. Pretty easy field goal range, but they'd love to pick up the first. Complete. Taken down just short of the sticks, but the offense still within scoring range on 4th down. Well, they were counting on winning the one-on-one battle. They got the completion, but the yardage didn't work out.
Yeah, and a lot of times, man, that's what I do on short yardage situation. 3rd and short, make my guy fall forward for a couple yards, try to get the first down, but it was a good tackle, and the receiver got absolutely nowhere after the catch.
They're throwing for it on 4th down. And down he goes. A sack on 4th down, and the defense gets the football back.
And, man, a lot of times it's hard to outrun that blitz, and they bring pressure.
There's
they push
nobody
him outside of the pocket. Nice job covering downfield. Nobody open. He can't find a place to go with the football, and this is exactly what you should do. Keep hunting. Keep chasing. They finally catch him. Get the big sack on 4th down.
Give him a pickup of 2, now 2nd and 8.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Should kick that fucking field goal.
We've reached the break. It's South Carolina
It's
holding
1
the
and
lead.
4.
We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. So 2nd down here as we're back at it after the break. They go play action with Sellers. Looking to the big tight end.
Nice. Yeah, we can't beat anybody in this bitch.
And I know this quarterback expects to make that throw.
It's a tough throw because, again, you got a couple steps on a guy. That's not wide open. These DBs are so fast, but that is a throw that you do expect a guy like that caliber. Catch and make that happen.
Yeah, we lost last game in the fucking face mask.
The crowd gets behind this defense on third down. Sellers through the noise. And
he dropped it.
Didn't look the thing all the way in.
Well, it doesn't get any more open than that. Good read by the quarterback. He was looking for his tight
gonna
end.
go for
Wide
it.
open on the play. Man, you got to make the catch.
And the Gamecocks will line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away.
All right, let's go to the crib. Let's go to the crib.
Fields to punt and tries to help improve that field position.
I need a cutback, man.
Find no daylight. He goes down.
Somebody got to step up, man.
The Gators
Got to
sending
fire
the
me for
offense back to
sure.
work. Boy, that last drive, they had a chance to put 3 on the board and passed. This one needs to be productive, David.
I got no problem with aggressiveness. It was a pretty decent drive. This offense isn't fully clicking yet. They need to get in a little better rhythm. And
Goes high to pull it in.
Good catch.
Knocked out of bounds at the 46 after the good pickup on that one.
And you see so many smart wide receivers, so many smart tight ends nowadays that they know where the holes in those zones are, and they work with their quarterback, and they find them, and they sit down in them and make big plays. It's tough to sit back in zone against such smart players nowadays.
On target to the left. Finally brought down at the 31. It's a pickup of 15 yards on the play, and they've got a first down.
And I think with Florida, man, it's all about the quarterback position. When it was rolling at its peak, right, it was Jesse Palmer and Tim Tebow. That guy was pretty
I'm
good.
outside the fucking pocket, bro.
That can make the plays. I think bringing in Buster Faulkner is a big deal. They'll have a great
He was just
offensive
doing
identity.
anything on this
But
bitch.
Palmer, Florida's good when they got the trigger man.
Well, the good news is they didn't have to leave the U.S. border to find the next guy like they did way back in the day. But you're right. I think Buster Faulkner really is the key. I thought one of the big moves for John Sumrall in the offseason was bringing in Faulkner as his offensive coordinator. One of the most difficult coordinators to defend. You ask any D coordinator in the country, and he always seems to get the best out of his quarterback. So they had a guy in DJ Lang.
Makes the grab and room to run. And they're able to get him down.
Good call, good call, good
It wasn't a
call.
great start for this quarterback, but on this drive, he seems to be turning the corner. He just looks like he's playing in a different rhythm. He's seeing the field better. It's almost as if the game is starting to slow down for him. I think on that last completion, it was a good example of that.
Just keep slinging it. Going for it all.
Give me that.
Makes the grab. Oh, couldn't get the foot down.
What do you mean he didn't get the foot down? Both feet down.
Complete. So
Touch.
he took a chance by
Bruh. That's a touchdown.
using a timeout on the challenge, and it comes back to bite him. We'll see if he needs that timeout later.
Bro, that's amazing they just hold me on that.
Now on fourth down, they'll settle for a field goal try.
That's a
He's
touch.
going to have to get into this one a little bit from 47 yards away.
And the fucking lag on this shit is stupid.
And he missed it. No good. And they couldn't cut into the lead. It's still a 7-point game.
And those sting for this team. I tell you what, when you drive the field against a really,
Bro,
really good
that's
defense,
bullshit.
and you have an opportunity to get points, you got to capitalize on them now. And that one will sting a little bit because I thought the offense did a good job moving the ball down the field.
Sellers He's got him. Works his way out to the 36-yard line before being pushed out of bounds.
That's bullshit.
The Gamecocks with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Looking for space, it's Clark. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down.
Basic run plays. I don't need a bunch of complicated stuff sometimes. I just need to get the first down and get the sticks moving.
They'll put it in play from the 41 on first down. They'll give it to him again. And he'll find enough running room to get it just
Bro, y'all just gonna let him run the fucking ball every play.
And after that run, there is a player still down on the field. That's the sophomore running back there taking a look at, and Holly Rowe will let us know what's going on the sideline. The big pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 1. They'll run it. That is a big win for this defense.
Bro, we're not gonna let you just keep running the ball.
As soon as he got the ball.
And that's how you respond as a defense, man. You give up 9 yards on first down. 2nd down, man, they bring some pressure. They are in the backfield fast, and they make the tackle for a loss and completely flip the script. Almost a guaranteed first down on 2nd down, and now maybe even put them in a passing situation on 3rd down.
This crowd unhinged, trying to make sure the Gators don't back down on 3rd down. The Gamecocks spend the first of their 3 timeouts. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. Third and short now from their own 48. Sellers from the gun on 3rd down. Looking down the middle. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
3rd and short like that on your own side of the field. You're just looking for a quick hitter. You're trying to get the ball out of your hand quickly, but the timing completely off there for the offense, and the ball falls incomplete.
Never a doubt they lead the offense on the field. 4th and short from the 48. Converts on 4th down, and
Cheesy.
it's still going. Across the 25,
Bruh.
he's got room. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive.
And they are showing you their intentions early in the game.
Bro, why don't y'all
Slow it down,
stagger?
get your own
Like,
end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do
place
this
like
early.
idiots.
We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
Bro, that's your man.
And the Gamecocks have it with a 1st and 10. The run inside. It's Clark. Stopped at the 13-yard line as the drive continues.
And I think offense is showing they are willing to run the football, even if they don't get big gains. Just those body blows that can sometimes wear out a defense and keep the balance on offense so I can be explosive.
2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Got some room, entered to the goal line. And he's in, pounded his way in for the score. Touchdown, Gamecocks. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, you know, slither through a little crack. That was not.
Yeah, everybody blocks on every single play they call.
Take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
Yeah,
Not
bitch.
nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15.
Nigga just magnificent at blocking every time. Niggas call back a touchdown. Probably my last fucking game on a stupid ass game.
No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half.
Nobody blocks. Not one person blocks.
And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And this offense on first down, man, they go backwards. And they've built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Jones to throw. Extending the play. The throw. It's complete to
break
the
a tackle.
He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. On 3rd and short, the power run here. They'll make the
nigga
stop
stink,
about
bro.
a yard short of the first down.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
Clock is stopped. Florida has called a timeout at 2nd. And now everybody chiming in to figure out how to play this 4th down. The offense stays on the field. Maybe they'll try to make the defense jump. They also might try to run it ahead for 1 yard.
Hurry up. Hurry up. Hurry up. Hurry up.
Some early movement along the offensive line, and they'll walk it back.
Bro, this game is ass.
Offer the deal, and the
Dan
coach
Blue
accepts
didn't
it.
know
They
he was
will take the penalty.
1-4. Same.
And the Gators send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He'll field the punt. He gets a block. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Running inside. It's McAllister.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Six-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 4. Gets the back moving. Here's Sellers to throw. Dances away to buy time.
Thank you.
It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football. He's starting to develop that. His 3rd interception on the season, just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Jones wants to throw it. He's going to let one fly down the middle.
Can y'all fucking block?
This is going to be a key that we look at this entire game. How can this defense find ways to affect this quarterback and get pressure on him? Because they felt coming into the game, if they could do that, they could affect him and influence this passing game.
Tosses it incomplete.
Wrong fucking button. We're
With
just
that
ass,
education,
bro.
man, this crowd, I don't know that they are really happy about what's going on. I mean, they already built a deficit, and they don't have a lot to cheer about. They got to get some kind of rhythm, something going on this offense to ignite this fan base.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Quarterback making checks. Tight end now in motion. Handoff for Ball.
Bro, break a tackle.
Right at the 24-yard line, and that's short of the line to gain. It'll be 4th down. Timeout called here by South Carolina. That'll be their 2nd. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Punt is on its way. He's got great speed. Herloin still on his feet. Can they catch him? Touchdown Gamecocks. Special teams coming through the 3rd
This game is
aspect
ass.
of the game, delivering big time. No mid-season doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in week 6. He did that one all by himself. Make a few guys miss, turn on the afterburners, and boom, everybody's toast.
And that's why you got him back deep, because that guy can do that. You got to be explosive and quick and have good vision, and you see all those things on one punt return. Takes it back to the house, makes people miss, turning on the gas. Great job, great return.
Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Jones to throw. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. Incomplete. They took a shot to wrap up the half and came up empty. As the Gators head for the locker room by the watchful eye, that full Gator head. Let's check in with Kevin Connors at the half.
Guys, let's get it started here. Week 6 on what's already been a revealing day here on the EA Sports College Football Update Show. We begin with Oklahoma taking on the number 10 team, the Texas Longhorns. And it's the Sooners in front on the scoreboard and atop their conference stand.
And the ball pops out. Oh, inviting disaster. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover. Play is stopped as they check on an injured Gator. That is their sophomore starting wide receiver. Hope he's just shit.
Niggas suck, bro. This is the worst fucking game I've ever bought.
We'll keep an eye on it. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. Let's see if they can keep that first half momentum rolling. He's stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Throwing, Sellers. Stepping to the right. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there. So instead of throwing it away, getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
It'll be 3rd and long. Back to throw, it's Sellers. Pressure coming. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They have been trying all game long, different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy. That's why the ball falls in.
They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on 4th down. And he curls that thing just inside the left upright. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
And 3 more on the board, and this kicker is starting to get a reputation starting off the season. Hasn't missed yet. Nice to have a guy that you can really depend on.
Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stop. Here comes the Gators offense, ready to go on the attack. They face a pretty tall mountain here, Jesse, down 24, but if they're going to climb it, this is a good time to start.
Sense of urgency's got to be big right here. You just get the feeling at this point of the game, David, they've got to score on this drive. Obviously, their defense needs to get stops, but at this point, offensively, they've got to execute much better.
They got to be super aggressive. Down 24, you're going to need 3 touchdowns, 3 two-point conversions, everything to kind of go your way. So fast and throwing the football.
Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Back to pass. Fires to the middle. It's picked off, and another empty drive. Looking for more room. The 20. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
Well, the defense came into this one knowing they needed to create takeaways to try to gain as much momentum as they could. Really nice interception on that play. Great job with the eyes by the defender there picking that off.
Sellers bringing the heat, and he never had a chance.
Man, a lot of coaches talk about starting the drive positive and a first play that can get you going. The QB just kept backing up and going backwards, and that is not the start to the drive they were looking for.
The Gamecocks now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Back to throw, it's Sellers. Fires to the wideout. Wide open downfield. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Gamecocks! When you're handed a break with unbelievable field position like that, you better finish the deal, and they did.
You saw the quarterback jog on the field. I think he gave a high five to every one of those players coming off that just put them in position to go score that touchdown. That QB knew this was a golden opportunity, and boy, he took advantage of it.
He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll stop play here as they have a look at this injured Gamecock. We'll check on his status, but at the moment, we'll take a timeout. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Threw a pick the last time they had it. They'll try to be more productive this time around. Finds a little bit of space, gets 3 to the 22.
And we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping, getting to the football, making plays. This linebacker unit really held down this rushing attack that they usually hang their hat on.
Now the play fake. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
And this offensive line's got to do a better job. Man, you've got to protect your quarterback. Listen, this offense is not playing great, but they got to somehow find a way to start to get something together here in the second half.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Takes it the other way. Touchdown, South Carolina! And they turn it into a defensive score.
You've got to be so careful as a quarterback throwing over the middle of the field with this linebacker. He is so good in coverage, reading the quarterback's eyes. He'll make you pay, and he did right there with that pick 6.
And they did tack on the extra point. He'll bring it out. It's Mays. Tackled at the 24 and almost breaks even with the yardage he would have gotten with a touchback. The Gators sending the offense back to work. It's a good thing to be charitable, Jesse, but I think the last couple of drives might
just
be
nobody block at all.
I agree, and I think at this point, David, the quarterback here, he's got to be a CEO, and he's got to really get his guys settled down. A couple turnovers in a row now. They've got to find a rhythm.
A CEO, a.k.a. Don't screw it up, young man. That's what it sounds like on the sidelines with the coaches. You gotta stop turning the football over.
And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
I don't know if that's the coverage you want to be throwing wide receiver screens against. Oftentimes, you want the receivers to have some access. You want the DBs to be off a couple yards so you can help set up the blocks and give the receiver somewhere to go with it. It's hard to run that against press coverage, and they only picked up a few yards there.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Jones wants to throw it. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
And I wish I could bring you some hope, but, man, this defense, again, you know, they already got the lead. They got their ears pinned back. They're rushing the quarterback. I know this one's over, but offensively, let's find a way to protect our guy, put something together. Maybe we find a way to make this respectable at some point in the football game.
That earlier sack really set them back, but they'll still go for it here. On 4th down, looking to pass. He's going to fire deep. The definition of 4-down territory has changed over the last few years. It extended into their own territory there.
Anywhere, everywhere, just look at the card, right? That card's supposed to tell us what to do, but maybe I'll go for it anyways. This offense took a little bit of a gamble, but they get the 1st down. Nothing to worry about.
Make the stop at the 40, but it's a 10-yard gain and a fresh set of downs. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. And they get him on the ground, and that'll probably do it for the 3rd quarter. Midway point in the season, and games like this one can have a big impact on the rankings from week to week as we see upsets happen and favorites continuing to flex muscle. So the final period starts with a 2nd down play. Looking to fire. Fakes to grab. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
So many playmakers, so much speed in college football, so many big plays after the catch. Not on this instance. The defense did a great job reacting to the throw, getting there in a hurry, and making sure he didn't get any yards after that catch.
Jones to throw. Rushes on him. Caught. On the move at the 30. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it in the 28. It's 1st down. The Gators headed quickly to the line.
This has been a frustrating day. I mean, they haven't moved the ball consistently, and now you get a play, but they haven't put 2 and 3 and 4 plays together, and that's why they're trailing in this football game. So maybe they can find some kind of a rhythm here late in the game. And
oh, he's got some space. Picks up the 1st down. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Florida.
And this has been a rough day for this offense, and finally, some good things to happen. Build some momentum maybe for the future. You know, that's the way the coaches spin it when you're getting beat up and you're getting destroyed. Like, listen, let's find something for the future. Let's keep fighting. Let's keep working. This team's done that, put some points on the board, so it's not all bad.
They'll line up to go for 2. Ball again.
And these decisions to go for 2, you see more and more of it throughout a game, chasing points, and then in the end, you wonder if this just comes back to bite you.
They're down big, but they'll keep fighting to the bitter end and line up for the onside kick here. They'd hope to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it.
Well, here in the 4th quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
South Carolina's offense heads out to get this drive started. Using his legs, it's Clark. Surged ahead for a couple there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
And I'm kind kind of surprised by this performance, man. The QB last week, you could tell, dude, he was in rhythm. He was good timing. You could tell the chemistry with receivers were good. And today, everything just looks off, and it looks hard. It looks difficult. They got to find a way to get back in the rhythm they were in last week.
From the gun on third down, Sellers. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now has taken out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place. And that time, they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs a little bit more of that as the game goes on.
He's got it. He'll be stopped and knocked out of bounds, short of the line to gain. It'll be a turnover on downs. They spun that wheel of fortune on fourth down and come up bankrupt. Here comes the Gators offense, ready to go on the attack. Running the read option left to start the drive. And he probably should have just handed that one off. He is snowed under in the backfield.
Well, that last play is basically a microcosm of what today has been like for this offense. Just nothing happening. Not physical enough at the point of attack. They're being swarmed. They haven't had the balance necessary to win this game, and that's why they find themselves trailing late.
Fires to the tight end. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
And you don't see that often when you're running a screen and you're featuring the running back and setting it up, but you go elsewhere. It's a nice job by the offense, nice job by the quarterback in particular.
He lost one down the sideline. And that is interception number 3 on the day. He'll try to take it back. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
Heat up them pass rushers, bring in them DBs. That's what I'm doing in this situation. When I got the lead by a couple scores late in the ball game, in the fourth quarter, I'm going to rush the passer like crazy. I'm going to put all those DBs back playing the pass. That's what happened. Great job understanding they're going to have to take shots. We get the interception. This one's almost over.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. Back to the ground with the running back. They'll stop him at the 31. Let's mark it off at 5 yards, and that will be a first down.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Motion from the back. Here's Sellers to throw. Gliding to the right, still trying to make a play. And with not much doing downfield, he found his parents open in the stands and threw it to them. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Looking for a man, it's Sellers. Throws to the wideout. A strike downfield. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
And how about this squad, man? Looking good again. Like, I feel like we say this week in and week out. Just continuing to remain undefeated. Whatever it takes, offense, defense, special teams, they have been a good unit, and that's why their ranking is so high.
And with the extra point, the lead is even bigger. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they top it off with a 31-yard toss for 6. Fielded in the end zone. It's Mays. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Jaden Ball. Makes it past the marker. At the 45 on his way. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line.
You you talk about creating big plays in the running game like this makes the game really easy. Actually, when you've got a guy like this that you can hand it to with this much speed and elusiveness, just hard to bring down in the open field. What a big gain for the offense.
Maybe a crease.
And the thing you got to watch out for with this running back is he's pretty streaky. When he breaks off a big one, more big runs normally follow soon after, and you're seeing it now on the last two plays. Big-time plays back-to-back, and you know right now he's calling for the ball again.
And nice job by the defense staying glued to him. Getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a threat, I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
The Gators trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. He's going to lose a yard on that one.